In the twilight of her life, a figure known for her compassion and unwavering faith stood on the precipice of revelation. Madre Teresa, a beacon of hope for millions, was shrouded in a secret so profound that it challenged the very foundations of her legacy. What could possibly be hidden behind the serene smile of a woman who dedicated her life to the poorest of the poor? As she approached her final days, whispers of doubt and darkness crept into her thoughts, shaking the core of her beliefs. Imagine the tension in the air, the weight of unspoken truths pressing down on her. What if the very essence of her faith was about to be questioned? As the world watched, a question lingered. Could a life devoted to service also hold shadows of despair? In this moment of vulnerability, Madre Teresa's reflections offer a glimpse into the struggles that even the most devout face. Could it be that her silence was a shield against a haunting reality? Stay with us as we unravel this gripping narrative, inviting you to ponder the complexities of faith, doubt, and the human experience. What lies beneath the surface of unwavering devotion? Revealing letter. In the final chapter of her life, Mother Teresa penned a letter that would later prompt deep reflection and analysis of her inner struggles. This letter, filled with vulnerability, was a candid expression of her doubts and crises of faith. It was striking to many that the woman widely regarded as a saintly figure could articulate such feelings of uncertainty. This revelation not only humanizes her, but also invites us to explore the complexities of faith. The letter serves as a reminder that even the most devout individuals may grapple with spiritual questions, making her experiences relatable to many. The content of the letter reveals a profound sense of isolation and a longing for a deeper connection with God. Mother Teresa wrote about feeling abandoned, as though her prayers were met with silence. This notion of divine absence resonated with readers, highlighting the reality that faith is not always a straightforward path. Her articulation of doubt challenges the perception of unwavering certainty often associated with religious figures. By sharing her struggles, she opened the door for discussions about the nature of faith, encouraging others to confront their own uncertainties. Moreover, the letter sheds light on the tension between her public persona and private turmoil. While she was celebrated for her tireless work among the poor, the letter revealed a different story, one of internal conflict. It prompts us to consider how public figures navigate their personal crises while fulfilling their missions. The juxtaposition of her faith-driven actions and her doubts invites a more nuanced understanding of her life and legacy. Ultimately, the letter acts as a catalyst for deeper conversations about the complexities of belief and the human experience. Crisis of faith. Mother Teresa's experiences with doubt and crises of faith were not merely isolated incidents. They were an integral part of her spiritual journey. Throughout her life, she often found herself wrestling with the apparent absence of God, which led to moments of despair. These struggles influenced her work, driving her to seek solace in service to others. The paradox lies in the fact that her doubts did not diminish her commitment to helping those in need. Rather, they fueled her passion for compassion and love. The discussion surrounding her crisis of faith also raises questions about the relationship between doubt and belief. For many, the experience of doubt can be a catalyst for growth and deeper understanding. Mother Teresa's willingness to confront her uncertainties offers a lesson for us all. Faith is not always about certainty, but about perseverance in the face of challenges. This perspective encourages individuals to embrace their doubts as a natural part of their spiritual journey, fostering resilience in their beliefs. Additionally, her crisis of faith highlights the connection between personal struggle and social action. Despite her feelings of abandonment, Mother Teresa continued to dedicate her life to serving the marginalized. This dedication illustrates the idea that love and compassion can thrive even in the midst of inner turmoil. Her ability to channel her doubts into meaningful action serves as an inspiring example for those grappling with their own crises of faith. Prayer and solitude. Mother Teresa's relationship with prayer and solitude was complex and deeply intertwined with her spiritual journey. In her letters, she often spoke of prayer as a lifeline, yet she also experienced periods when prayer felt unfulfilling or distant. This duality reflects a common experience among those who seek to nurture their spirituality. For her, prayer was both a source of comfort and a reminder of the solitude she felt in her faith journey. The moments of solitude she endured were not merely physical, but also emotional and spiritual. In her work with the poor, Mother Teresa often found herself surrounded by people, yet felt an overwhelming sense of isolation. This paradox illustrates the profound loneliness that can accompany those who dedicate their lives to serving others. The solitude she experienced compelled her to turn inward, searching for meaning and connection in her spiritual practices. Her reflections on prayer reveal the struggle to maintain a vibrant spiritual life while facing feelings of abandonment. Mother Teresa's commitment to prayer, even in times of doubt, exemplifies the importance of persistence in one's spiritual practices. It serves as a reminder that prayer can be a complex experience, filled with both joy and struggle. Vision of humanity. Mother Teresa's personal experiences greatly shaped her vision of humanity and the inherent need for love and compassion. Her work among the destitute was informed by her understanding of suffering, which she confronted head-on throughout her life. The struggles she faced in her faith journey deepened her empathy for those in pain, allowing her to connect with others on a profound level. This connection was not just about alleviating physical suffering, it was about recognizing the dignity of every human being. Her vision of humanity was rooted in the belief that everyone deserves love, regardless of their circumstances. This perspective stemmed from her own experiences of feeling lost and alone. By acknowledging her own vulnerabilities, she cultivated a deep sense of understanding for the marginalized. This approach allowed her to create a safe space for those who felt forgotten by society, reinforcing the idea that love and compassion are essential components of the human experience. Moreover, Mother Teresa's insights into the human condition challenge us to reflect on our own perceptions of suffering and compassion. Her life serves as a call to action, urging individuals to embrace their shared humanity and extend kindness to those in need. In a world often divided by differences, her vision reminds us of the unifying power of love and the importance of seeing the humanity in others. Impact on her works. The revelations contained in Mother Teresa's letters had a significant impact on the public's perception of her work and mission. While she was widely revered for her humanitarian efforts, the acknowledgement of her doubts added a layer of complexity to her legacy. Many began to view her not just as a saintly figure, but as a deeply human individual grappling with the same questions of faith that many others face. This shift in perception encouraged a more nuanced understanding of her contributions to society. In light of her struggles, people began to appreciate the depth of her commitment to service. The letters revealed that her acts of compassion were not simply a response to a call from God, but also a means of coping with her own feelings of despair. This realization highlighted the intersection of faith and action, emphasizing that even in moments of doubt, one can still make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. Furthermore, the impact of her letters extended beyond individual perception. They sparked discussions within religious communities about the nature of faith. Her struggles resonated with many believers, prompting conversations about the role of doubt in spiritual life. This dialogue ultimately contributed to a broader understanding of faith as a journey rather than a destination, allowing individuals to embrace their own uncertainties with grace and authenticity. Critiques and controversies. Throughout her life, Mother Teresa faced a range of criticisms that highlighted the complexities of her work and philosophy. One of the most prominent critiques was her approach to suffering. Detractors argued that she romanticized suffering and did not do enough to alleviate the pain of those she served. Critics pointed out that her medical facilities often lacked adequate pain management and that her emphasis on suffering as a pathway to holiness could lead to neglecting the immediate needs of the sick and dying. This tension between her spiritual convictions and the practical needs of her patients sparked heated debates among both supporters and opponents. In addition to critiques of her healthcare practices, Mother Teresa was also scrutinized for her fundraising efforts. Some questioned the sources of her funding and the transparency with which she operated. Reports surfaced suggesting that substantial donations were channeled toward building more convents and facilities rather than directly improving the living conditions of those in her care. This led many to wonder whether her organization was truly prioritizing the needs of the marginalized, or if it was more focused on expanding its own influence. Such criticisms painted a more complex picture of her legacy, one that was not entirely aligned with the saintly image many held. Furthermore, her stance on abortion and contraception drew significant ire, particularly from feminist groups and advocates for women's rights. Mother Teresa held firm beliefs that aligned with Catholic doctrine, opposing both practices vehemently. Critics argued that her views failed to take into account the realities faced by women in poverty, where unintended pregnancies could exacerbate suffering. This aspect of her philosophy led to accusations that she was out of touch with contemporary social issues, and it raised questions about her ability to empathize with the holistic needs of the populations she sought to serve. Despite these controversies, Mother Teresa's supporters often defended her actions by emphasizing her unwavering commitment to the poorest of the poor. Many argued that her work was rooted in a deep spiritual conviction that transcended the criticisms leveled against her. They pointed to her countless hours spent caring for the dying and destitute, asserting that her intentions were pure, even if her methods were sometimes questioned. In this light, her legacy became a subject of ongoing debate between those who viewed her as a saintly figure and those who criticized her for perceived shortcomings. Ultimately, the critiques and controversies surrounding Mother Teresa serve as a reminder of the complexities inherent in humanitarian work. While her life was marked by profound acts of compassion, it also revealed the challenges of navigating moral dilemmas in the pursuit of a greater good. The discussions about her legacy continue to inspire new generations to engage critically with the balance between faith, ethics, and social responsibility. Legacy and influence. The legacy of Mother Teresa extends far beyond her lifetime, resonating deeply within the realms of humanitarian work and social justice. Her unwavering commitment to serving the poorest of the poor has inspired countless individuals and organizations to take action in their communities. Her life stands as a powerful testament to the idea that one person can indeed make a difference, motivating people from various backgrounds to contribute to humanitarian efforts. The global response to her work illustrates the profound impact she had on how society views compassion and service. Mother Teresa's influence is particularly evident in the establishment of the Missionaries of Charity, the religious congregation she founded. This organization has grown exponentially since its inception, with thousands of members operating in numerous countries around the world. The Missionaries of Charity continue to uphold her vision of serving the marginalized, providing essential services such as food, shelter, and medical care to those in dire need. The organization's ongoing work reflects her legacy and reinforces the importance of compassion as a driving force in addressing societal issues. Moreover, Mother Teresa's teachings on love and compassion have permeated various spheres of life, including education, healthcare, and community service. Her emphasis on seeing the face of Christ in every individual, especially the suffering, has inspired educational programs and initiatives aimed at fostering empathy and understanding. Many institutions incorporate her philosophy into their mission statements, encouraging future generations to embrace acts of kindness and service as fundamental values. The impact of Mother Teresa's work also extends to the realm of global humanitarian policy. Her life and mission have influenced discussions on poverty alleviation and social justice, prompting policymakers and leaders to consider more compassionate approaches to addressing these pressing issues. Her relentless dedication to the marginalized has served as a moral compass for many, urging societies to prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable among us. In essence, Mother Teresa's legacy resonates as a call to action, inspiring individuals and communities to engage in acts of service and compassion. Her life serves as a reminder that even in the face of doubt and controversy, the power of love can lead to transformative change. The ongoing influence of her work highlights the importance of addressing the root causes of suffering and fostering a more just and compassionate world. Clergy perceptions. The revelations about Mother Teresa's struggles with faith and doubt sparked considerable discussion among religious leaders and theologians. Many in the clergy were taken aback by her admission of spiritual desolation, as it challenged the conventional narrative of unwavering faith often associated with sanctity. Some theologians argued that her experiences provided a more nuanced understanding of spirituality, illustrating that even the most devout individuals could grapple with doubt. This perspective encouraged a deeper exploration of faith that acknowledged the complexities of the human experience. Reactions among clergy varied widely. Some leaders praised Mother Teresa for her honesty, recognizing that her struggles resonated with many believers who felt isolated in their doubts. They saw her openness as an invitation for others to engage more authentically with their faith journeys, fostering an environment where questioning and vulnerability could coexist with devotion. This shift in perception contributed to a broader conversation about the nature of faith, encouraging believers to embrace their doubts as part of their spiritual growth. Conversely, other religious leaders expressed concern that her revelations might undermine the traditional understanding of faith and commitment to God. They feared that her struggles could lead some believers to question the foundations of their own faith. This tension between the ideal of unwavering belief and the reality of spiritual struggle created a dynamic dialogue within religious communities, prompting many to reevaluate their views on sanctity and the human condition. The implications of Mother Teresa's experiences extended beyond individual faith journeys. They also influenced discussions around the role of suffering in Christianity. Clergy members grappled with how her approach to suffering aligned with or diverged from established theological perspectives. Some saw her emphasis on embracing suffering as a pathway to holiness, as a call to deepen one's faith, while others cautioned against romanticizing pain in a way that could detract from the urgency of addressing social injustices. Ultimately, the reactions of clergy to Mother Teresa's revelations underscore the complexity of faith in the contemporary world. Her experiences opened the door for more honest conversations about doubt, suffering, and the human experience within the context of spirituality. This ongoing dialogue has the potential to enrich religious communities by fostering a greater understanding of the multifaceted nature of faith and the importance of compassion in addressing the struggles of humanity. Documentation and publication. The process of publishing Mother Teresa's letters was a significant event that garnered widespread attention. After her death in 1997, it was revealed that she had been grappling with profound doubts about her faith for most of her life. These letters, which were collected and published in a book titled Come Be My Light, offered a raw and unfiltered glimpse into her internal struggles. The decision to publish these private correspondences was not without controversy. Many wondered if such intimate reflections should be shared with the public, especially considering her status as a revered figure in the Catholic Church. When the letters were finally released, they sparked an intense media frenzy. Journalists and scholars alike were eager to dissect the contents, examining the juxtaposition of Mother Teresa's public persona as a paragon of faith with her private moments of spiritual desolation. The media's portrayal often highlighted the dissonance between her compassionate work among the poorest of the poor and her personal crises of faith, leading to a flood of articles that debated the implications of her doubts. This level of scrutiny shed light on the complexities of her character and mission, prompting discussions that reached far beyond her individual experiences. Readers responded to the letters in a variety of ways. For some, the revelation of her struggles made her more relatable. They found comfort in knowing that even a figure as saintly as Mother Teresa had moments of uncertainty. Others, however, were taken aback, questioning how someone who devoted her life to serving others could experience such profound crises of belief. This polarized reception illustrates how public figures can evoke a wide range of emotions and interpretations, especially when their vulnerabilities are brought to light. The publication also raised important questions about the nature of faith and doubt. Many began to discuss whether it is possible to be a person of deep faith while simultaneously wrestling with uncertainty. This dialogue encouraged a more nuanced understanding of spirituality, one that acknowledges the human experience of doubt as a natural part of a faith journey. In many ways, Mother Teresa's letters became a catalyst for conversations about the complexity of belief, resonating with individuals who have faced similar struggles in their own lives. Overall, the documentation and publication of Mother Teresa's letters were pivotal in reshaping the narrative surrounding her life and work. By revealing her vulnerabilities, the letters allowed for a deeper exploration of the themes of faith, doubt, and the human condition, encouraging readers to reflect on their own journeys and the intricacies of belief. Reflection on holiness. The revelations contained within Mother Teresa's letters have profound implications for our understanding of holiness and human vulnerability. Traditionally, holiness has been perceived as a state of perfection, where individuals are seen as exemplars of virtue, free from doubt and sin. However, Mother Teresa's candid reflections challenge this notion, suggesting that true holiness may in fact encompass the struggles and doubts that define our humanity. This perspective invites a reevaluation of what it means to be holy in a world that often demands perfection. In her letters, Mother Teresa expressed feelings of abandonment and a sense of separation from God, emotions that many individuals can relate to, especially in times of crisis. This vulnerability illustrates that holiness is not the absence of doubt or suffering, but rather the ability to seek love and compassion in the face of pain. By acknowledging her struggles, Mother Teresa exemplified a different kind of holiness, one that embraces imperfection and recognizes the shared human experience of suffering. Furthermore, the exploration of her vulnerabilities encourages a more inclusive understanding of holiness. It suggests that individuals who grapple with their faith, question their beliefs, or feel distant from the divine can still embody holiness through their actions and intentions. In this light, holiness becomes less about unwavering faith and more about the commitment to act with love and compassion, even when faced with personal doubts. This reframing allows a broader spectrum of people to feel connected to the concept of holiness, encouraging them to embrace their own spiritual journeys. The implications of these revelations extend beyond individual spirituality. They also challenge religious institutions to reconsider how they define and promote holiness. By highlighting the importance of vulnerability and the acceptance of doubt, religious leaders are encouraged to create environments where individuals feel safe to express their struggles. This shift can foster deeper connections within communities, allowing for more authentic discussions about faith, doubt, and the complexities of the spiritual life. Ultimately, Mother Teresa's letters serve as a powerful reminder that holiness is not a static destination, but a dynamic process that encompasses the entirety of the human experience. By embracing both faith and doubt, individuals can cultivate a more profound sense of connection to themselves, others, and the divine, enriching their spiritual journeys in ways that align with their authentic selves. As we reflect on the profound words of Mother Teresa, it's essential to ponder the weight of her revelations. Imagine the life of a woman who dedicated herself to the service of the poorest of the poor, yet carried an internal struggle that many never saw. What if her silence was not just an absence of words, but a powerful testimony of faith and doubt intertwined? In her final moments, she opened a window into her soul, sharing fears that shook her to the core. This juxtaposition of faith and vulnerability invites us to ask ourselves, how do we confront our own doubts? Are we ready to face the uncomfortable truths within us? As we close, let's consider the enduring legacy of Mother Teresa. How can her courageous honesty inspire us to embrace our struggles and still serve those around us? What secrets are we holding on to, and how might they shape our own paths? Her story reminds us that even the most devoted can experience the darkest nights. So what can we learn from her journey? Keep these questions alive in your hearts, and let's continue this conversation. Your thoughts matter, and together, we can explore the depths of faith and humanity.